And this week, the Democratic Republic of Congo officially joined the East African Community, making it the 7th member of the community, alongside Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania, Burundi, and South Sudan. And the incoming of the DRC brightens prospects in terms of trade and improved security in the region. And that's just because the DRC has vast potential in terms of the population, 90 million people. And again, it has a vast natural resources. And for that reason, we need to know how the business community in Uganda is prepared for this particular new development, and what else can be done and what has been done. That is why we need to connect with the chairman, Kampala City Traders Association, Mr. Thaddeus Musoke. You are live on Sol TV, and the question to you as the chairman of Kasita, the association that brings together traders and caters for the interests of the business community in Uganda. Tell us exactly, are you excited about DRC joining the East African community? And if you're excited, why are you excited?
Okay, thank you, comrade. For sure, as Kasita Uganda, we know when DRC joins the East African community, that's a great opportunity. So as leaders in the business community, we are so happy about the development. And it's not just being happy, we are going to make sure that we utilize this opportunity. Because if you cannot utilize the opportunity, then it can just pass away. Luckily enough, we are coordinating with the Uganda Entrepreneurs Association, and then the Manufacturers Association, Enterprise Uganda, plus Uganda, and other associate members, to make sure that we carry out in the market research in DRC Congo very soon as possible. Just we are a little bit slow because we need to coordinate with security to make sure that it's safe for Ugandans, to make sure that we carry out our operations so easy and safe. And we are going to team up with the DRC business community to make sure that how can we simplify doing business together through the East African Business Council. The moment when the business community is united and the coordination is smooth, I'm sure it creates more opportunities. So as Kasita, we are going to carry out a sensitization drive to almost all our members around Uganda to make sure that they cannot miss out this great opportunity. But it's not just an opportunity. Even we need to make sure, how do we simplify doing business? First of all, we need to formalize doing business. Secondly, we need to standardize. Thirdly, we need to make sure that what we sell in DRC Congo, it's quality. And we need to make sure that we are going to engage the government to make sure that it simplifies the trade policy, the taxes, so that most of the goods which you can take to Congo, or where our Congolese comrades can come and purchase here, they're at a fair price. But for sure, when the market becomes bigger, then it's a great opportunity to the business community. Unfortunately, unless uncertainties can occur, that is a great opportunity. So as Kasita, we are ready to utilize the opportunity.
Well, with a population of 90 million people joining and coming on board, how prepared are the traders, and also we can talk about the manufacturers and everyone with business interests? How prepared are they right now?
Totally, this is a very brilliant question, because we have been, Kasita, seriously engaging the Ugandan local manufacturers to make sure they build their capacity, than always pressurizing the government to make sure they are protected. So with this, somewhere, somehow, the local manufacturers have built their capacity. That's why we are working with the Uganda Manufacturers Association to make sure that where there is any linkages, where there is any issues which can arise, how can we bridge up? And we, the business community, the traders, we are already reason. Most of our comrades from DRC, we are coming here and purchasing bulk. And luckily enough, this is just gold on a silver plate. So we are going to utilize this opportunity to make sure that now, instead of them coming here, we need to be more innovative. Even now we can transfer the goods and services at their almost just near their places or homes. So we need to make sure that we can fully utilize this opportunity. And before that, as Kasita, we are organizing a tour of DRC, but we need to coordinate with security to give us a green light to make sure that now the situation is okay so that we can operate smoothly. With this, we are going to carry out what we call a market research. With the market research, we can clearly identify opportunities, we can clearly identify threats, and then this we can harmonize, and we know that with this and this is a viable business opportunity. I think for us we are ready, and that's the advantages of these associations. We awake and help our members to make sure they utilize such great opportunities.
Thaddeus, what exactly are you doing as Kasita to help your membership and everyone to get prepared for this big market?
Already we are going to fund the trip to DRC. We are going to fund the trip and we are going to move with some business community members who are willing to see how do we venture into DRC. How can we utilize the opportunities? That's one first thing the Kasita is doing. And then we have the technical team which is going to carry out the market research to give a detailed report how the traders can benefit through this initiative. Thirdly, we are availing capital assistance, financial assistance to all our members who are willing to try to see how do they utilize these opportunities. And this we are working with different partners to make sure that this initiative can be very exciting to Ugandan trader.
Mr. Thaddeus, before the DRC joined the East African community, we have, of course, had 6 member states under the umbrella of the community. How best do you think the business community in Uganda has exploited the opportunities available under the EAC before we talk about the DRC joining?
Really, that's a very good analysis and a good question, because at first, we are a little bit adamant to utilize the opportunity. And our comrades now, like in Kenya, comrades in Tanzania, we are utilizing that opportunity. So what we decided, through this several and great initiative and engagements, that's why we are pushing seriously. As Kasita, we are very active, and with the private sector foundation, and even that's why with the East African Business Council, Kasita is fully represented. With this is availing, and it is that communication gap. By it tries to avoid that communication gap to make sure that all the opportunities can clearly be transferred to all our members. And this, I think, is working. We have some of our comrades who are now trading easily with Kenyan businessmen, and whether they're making money. We have already some team which is in agro-business, which are easily teaming up with the Tanzanian business community. That's why currently we as leaders in Uganda's business community, we are not relaxing at all. We are using all the available opportunities to make sure how do we source, How do we utilize? How do we avail all the possible opportunities to our members? So with this, Kasita is organizing several activations with other different stakeholders to make sure the East African community can be a very viable initiative to the business community in Uganda and in East Africa.
Well, Thaddeus, on a lighter note, you talked about communication gap, and I remembered that the people in DRC, the Congolese, use French, and many of the other African countries, maybe if you leave out Burundi, we speak English and some little Swahili. Tell me, don't you think it is a challenge for your traders, if you do not orient them very well, to do trade and conduct business with the Congolese just because of the language barrier?
Yeah, sure, in business, language barrier is a serious challenge. But luckily enough, with now the global market, with the global village, at least you cannot fail to get someone who knows French. And currently, we are going to coordinate through our Minister for East African Affairs to see how is doing business in DRC. If it is facilitating the business members to access some lessons in French, Kasita, we shall be ready to do that. Where possible, we shall fund. And secondly, we are somehow privileged that most of the Congolese, we are coming here in Uganda and buying goods here. Even some we stay with them. So they are coping up with some Luganda, Swahili and English. And lastly, we also know some Swahili. So we can try somewhere, somehow, to make sure that we try to bridge that communication gap. I think communication gap, it won't be a challenge, and it cannot stop us from doing business. We have traveled to several countries, like in China, and we have been able to access some Chinese who know English, and we have been buying. And by the way, even with this, now with the new era in business, like maybe the digital marketing, the e-business, all that, somewhere, somehow, simplifies and ease that communication gap challenge. But it's not a matter of saying that French, but nowadays even here in Uganda we teach French so much. I think somewhere, somehow, that can stop us from doing business. So okay. I don't want to be so negative. I want to be more positive in my arguments.
All right, tell us about business right now as it is. Even before Congo joined officially, we had our government opening roads in Eastern Congo, and that was another opportunity for business in that area. How is business doing? How is it faring even before we officially cross up to Kinshasa?
Currently in Uganda, because of the high inflation, most of the prices for the community, for the commodities, is going high. I cannot say business is okay, because now you find that cement, which was on 26, is almost 40. With this inflation, I will be lying when I tell you that the business is okay. That's why we are engaging seriously with the government. And on Monday, we are having a press conference to show our dissatisfaction, this content, and our feeling that we are not contented with the way the government is handling this inflation challenge. So on Monday we are going to have a press conference where we are making a detailed report what the government should do, because we had set up several committees with the Ministry of Finance to see how can the government mitigate this inflation. And when we talk about our members, we have tried to find different partners to avail possible recovery financial assistance to make sure that our businesses can cope up with the COVID-19 effects. And with the package for the government, about the stimulus package, as Kasita, we are making serious follow-up, because it's like the condition on that package are so complicated. Almost none of our members has accessed that package. So I think with the business community we have several challenges, but we don't kupoa at all. We need to click on, we need to fight on, and we see how can we assist each other to make sure our business survive, to make sure our businesses thrive, to make sure our business come back to normal. So as Kasita, we are ready to do whatever it takes to make sure we assist our members.
Well, Mr. Thaddeus Musoke, you said you don't need to kupoa, and let me hope you will not kupoa and tell our business people, our traders who go to Congo, not to want to only make a kill, but also to be very honest in doing business, and that is very important. Thank you so much, Mr. Thaddeus Musoke, the chairman, Kasita, Kampala City Traders Association, and let's wish you well in your endeavors as the business community in Uganda. And
Welcome.
to our viewers, we thank you so much for your time. Now you know that the DRC is on board. The opportunities are very many. You can actually start now and do not be left behind. My name is Simapolo. I must thank you for being part of this program. We'll be back next Friday.